since we talked about this being the final limited overs game in a sense across both the formats for India in 2018, it's probably good to look back at the year that was from an Indian perspective. When you think of India's performances, the only loss that really comes to mind is that narrow 2-1 loss in the ODI series to England. Otherwise, overall, it's been an impeccable year for the men in blue when they're actually wearing blue.
It's been outstanding. Two bowlers, they'll stand out. I think these success stories, and for a change, and it really warms our hearts that these success stories of Indian cricket are now scripted by bowlers. Whether you look at South Africa, the test matches, England, the test matches, within reason, obviously you didn't win it, but then whenever you competed courtesy your bowlers. And even now, wherever you see when India bowls first, they restrict the opposition to either a below par total or a par score. Hardly do you see them actually going 25-30 above par. That makes the job of the batsman easier. And even though we are a batting nation and we will always eulogize batsmen and write odes, but the fact is the real heroes for me, Chahal, Kuldeep and Bumrah. To a certain extent, Bhuvneshwar Kumar as well. So these four have been instrumental in the way Indian cricket has evolved as a T20 team.
Yeah, I completely agree. And Bumrah struggled with injury. Otherwise, he's been very good when he's been really fit, completely fit. But otherwise, yes. And that's what I mean. This year, if you look at it, I mean, I was looking at the biggest, hits of this year, and it was Sanju and Padmavat. And I had to say that your Sanju for the year, your Sanju for the year has to be Shikhar Dhawan. I mean, really, as a T20 and as a
donning different roles as well, like different attires.
Different places.
He's also played test matches. He's also played test matches. So therefore,
exactly, he's done everything this year. And your Padmavat would have to be somewhere between Kuldeep and Chahal. Somewhere there. I mean, both these guys have been brilliant. Kuldeep perhaps more because he's been our designated shock weapon. I mean, really, when the captain has had trouble, almost in any circumstances in limited over cricket, he's tossed the ball to him and told him to try. And when they've dropped him, they found out to their cost. They went in England, they suddenly went and dropped him for a match, if you remember.
Correct.
So the numbers really, if you were to summarize, we've had a total of 10 limited over series and we're looking at both formats, 5 T20I and 5 ODI series. India have won 8 of them. The current one has ended up in a tie, a draw, 1-1, one washout, and that one loss to England in the summer. And that too, it was not a series that you'd walk away saying, oh, we were outplayed, because you were in it. Just like you were.
Gautam, while it's great to celebrate, and we must, because what's the point of winning if you don't celebrate wins? But then, these bilateral series, in my opinion, they are only means to an end. So don't look at them very closely with regards to the outcomes of the series by series basis. Look at where your team is evolving, because limited overs cricket, white ball cricket is only leading to a world event. So if you are a good enough team over the 4 years between the two World Cups, World T20s and T20s case, then you've actually evolved, you've progressed as a cricketing nation.
Okay, just to make you pause there, to help your case, we've had 2 multi-nation tournaments. This year, Asia Cup, Nidhi Haas won both.
Yes, in T20, no, Asia Cup was 50 over cricket, India, Champions Trophy was previous year. So India has done well, but again, multi-nation also. See, my point is simple, that you're looking at the World Cup. Whatever you do in between is great, but the final trophy, that's the final prize. No matter whether you win Nidhi Haas or you lose Nidhi Haas. For that timing, you will be happy. Asia Cup champions, fantastic and all of that. But if you come second on in 2019, the final day, then all
14 July.
14 July, then all this will go waste. That's what I feel, because as a cricketing nation, India is now primed to win championships on a regular basis, whether it's T20 cricket or one-day cricket. So 2019 World Cup will be my main objective. So you're leading to that. Even if you lose a bilateral series in between, I don't really mind that much. So what happened in England, it's okay. I'm all right with that as long as you win the big trophy.
And 2019, of course, will start with a bilateral series, ODI series in Australia against Australia. That's going to be our next limited overs action, with that little break in between for those 4 things called test matches.
What a test match. No, also, my big thing is that 2019 for me is, for at least for the big international, for the 50 over World Cup, the last hurrah for probably Rohit and Shikhar together. I can't see them playing another 4 years together. So it's a big one. We will, I mean, to get those two together and to have Rohit, Kohli at 3 is a combination. It's not our Fab 5, but it's very, very close to that in terms of, dream team kind of performance. We need to take as much advantage of these three being at the center of the Indian batting.